down at Silverstone for the Walter Hayes Trophy, and we bumped into Ben Whibley from Motorsport Days and MotorsportDays.LIVE as well, which is happening this time next year. So what are you doing here, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully it won't be as wet and miserable as it is today. But next year we are launching an event called MotorsportDays.LIVE in partnership with Silverstone Circuit. And basically that gives, for the first time, people the opportunity to come along to an event and test drive or go out in some of the championship vehicles. So I guess how it's going to work is that all the individual garages are going to be taken up by championships. So we've already got the likes of Radical, we have Butte Motorsport with the LMP3s, down to the Mazdas and the Citroen C1s. So drivers can turn up who are MSA license holders, have a walk around, go and have a look at the championships and discuss about costings, perhaps even have a drive, and then they can come upstairs, have a look around the exhibition, source some of the latest insurance companies. We've got people that are there for clothing that are going to be there. We've got trailers, simulators that are going to be there. So a real learning experience, and that's something that I wanted to home in on. And the other side of it is a conference. So again, honing in on the learning side, so they can learn about fitness, they can learn about sponsorship, they can learn about media training. So we have the likes of Louise Goodman who's going to be there. So yeah, a real fun event, something completely different that's out there and available at the moment, and something that we're looking forward to doing for exactly this time next year.
It does sound, like you say, very different, as you say. To me, when I first heard of the concept, when you'd launched it like almost 2 years ahead of the actual date, which is maybe good in a way because it gets people aware of what's happening. But it seemed to me that it was very much like everything that the Autosport International show is, plus more, because you actually have the cars racing or going around the track at Silverstone, and you're able to, if you're a driver, let's say, thinking about which racing club to go in, or you, like you say, you wanted to think about maybe jumping in a Caterham or something else, then you can actually go and experience it without the perhaps the dread or the thought of having to organise an actual motorsport track day, for example.
Absolutely, yeah. We wanted to offer something new and different that's currently out there at the moment. The Autosport is a fantastic show. It's been going for 30 years now, but sometimes it's cruel to see the cars sitting there rather than out in the glory, out onto the circuit. And at the moment, we want to help build the grids for the championships for the 2019 season, and the best way to do that is to get people to come along and actually physically go out in a vehicle and have proper discussions about what's available. So we're hoping to bring that element into it, which again hasn't been done before, but also the learning side of it, and prepare drivers going into the next season so they're fully ready and hopefully more equipped to win that year.
Now, I know a lot of people listening to this as well will be thinking, okay, that's amazing for the people on in the industry, drivers and people who is this, Ben, is it just for people in the industry? Because wherever there are cars out on track, and I'm sure it will be a great event by all accounts. Will the public be able to come to it?
Yeah, well, what we wanted to do with the event was to make it more for the professional side. So it's people that take part in regular track days, who are currently going out on track and looking to get into motorsport, right down to the people that take part weekend out, who are not sure what to race next year. So again, it's come back from my own experience of if I had better knowledge of what to race, then I could actually go and find out what's out there. With this event, you can exactly do that, and it ticks all the boxes.
And you've been running and publishing a magazine all about track days and industry insights and interviews with race drivers for a number of years now, and that seems like a perfect fit, really, for the brand to integrate that and very much step it up to a massive level with this MotorsportDays.LIVE event that's happening next year. Will that still continue, though?
Absolutely, yeah. So for the last, nearly 6 years, we've had MotorsportDays.com, where we list every track and test day company now across Europe. So this year we've listed over 2,500, and it's making it easier for the end user to find the right track and test days. So for anyone out there at the moment that are looking at track days, they have to go to each organiser, or they might have to go to each circuit. We bring that all into one place and making it easier for people. The other side we do, as you quite rightly mentioned, was the Pro-Am annuals. So they come out once a year and they list every club championship across Europe. So we list all the BARC, BRSEC, 750, Classic Sports Car Club. So all those end of year results go into the back of the annual, but it also includes exciting interviews. It also includes lots of track guides. So we've got one with Jamie Stanley, who's talking about Donington this year, and various other drivers. So it's a really insightful publication and a good close to the end of the season.
It will be fascinating to see in the 12-month build-up that we've got and ahead of the MotorsportDays.LIVE event, and also I'm sure we'll have a good couple of reads of the next few Pro and Am magazines that you publish as well. Ben, thank you very much for joining us on Motorsport Radio.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.